Hey everyone, this is part 6 of how I used to live as a triad member and how I lived 2 lives and how God saved me from, the wretch that I was. And thank God it's all because of the grace and the mercy of Jesus Christ that I got out of it and I became a new man and a new creation in Him, right? So, how I came to Christ was in the midst of all of it, everything. I remember one crazy night we picked a fight with a guy, and I think I just wanted to fight, and I punched. This guy came up, charged us. I think maybe two guys tried to charge maybe 3 of us, and he was taunting us. He's like, "Oh, I used to be riot police in China, blah blah blah. Who are you? Who are you?" And I just remember I felt bad because I punched the guy so hard, one punch so hard I broke his ribs, because a friend of that gang told me that guy got his rib broken, and I remember I was like so ruthless, and we even went looking for that guy again because that's how evil I was, and I was not done. And I remember driving in a car around. We had weapons and hammers and, tools and knives. And I thank God nothing amounted because, that would have been a serious conviction and it would have imposed on what I was doing. And thank God that God stopped me. God took me away from real danger. I remember one night, my life, it was all fun and games until that point, and my life was asked of me that night. And I remember that night as clear as day. It will come down as one of the moments that saved me. So it was a typical Friday. I think it's Friday or Saturday, Friday night, I think. And we were at our usual spot in Chinatown, our watering hole, if you want to call it that, 888. And I think a few of the boys were inside. We were inside with a few boys and another gang, allied gang, and maybe there was like maybe 30 to close to 40 boys, and the team leader called me out, and he goes, "Jimmy, come on a walk with me." And when he said that, I knew there was going to be trouble that night, and we walked up to the usual K spot, K1. It's called something else now. I think it's been refurbished and rebranded and sold off, whatever happened to it. And we went up, and I'm like, "Oh no, here comes trouble." And it did. And he's like shouting, he's like, "Jimmy, bro, why are so many, Viets in Chinatown tonight? This is Chinatown." And I'm like, "Oh no, here we go. Something's going to happen." And he was that type that doesn't think with he just wants to fight. So we went down, and he's drinking, and I've just taken ecstasy, so I'm like in the zone, my eyes are flipping like that, yeah. And then he goes in and he brings maybe 10 people and goes, "Let's go for a walk." And I remember exiting the bar, coming to the main strip of Chinatown where that pagoda is on the opposite side of us. I can see about 15 on 15 Viet, big, these are big gym junkie Viet boys, probably all taller than me, all like 1.80 m or more. These are solid. I'm skinny. These are like imagine 3 times my arm's length in muscle, pure muscle. And they're arguing amongst each other. And then the next minute, the gang team leader, he goes, "This is Chinatown. What are you doing here? This is, Chinatown." He goes, "Go back to Cabramatta." And then in the distance, I hear, what? And they're fighting amongst each other. And then all of a sudden, they charge at us. And I'm like, "Oh, dear Lord, I'm going to die tonight." But the most miraculous thing happened to me. An angel came, covered me with his wings, right? And I became invisible. I remember, like, I prayed in my mind. I said, "Lord, like, I didn't start this fight. Save me." And I remember I was right at the front of the fight, and I got charged, and no one noticed me. Like, I remember people because they were doing reconstruction in Chinatown, and they were doing some planting. So some boys pulled out stakes. There was like a metal mesh, or like some sort of metal, and I saw boys, using these stakes to stab people, slash people. One guy got dropped and his face got slashed, and people, just all hell broke loose. And I prayed to God, and you know what? Like, security came out of nowhere, like almost like 10 security came out of nowhere. And these were big security. There was Islanders, Lebos. These security were bigger, even bigger than the Viet boys that were fighting amongst each other and charged us. And luckily there was a huge Islander security that was holding the doors of 888 bar closed, because there were about 40 more boys there was one guy trying to kick the door down, and luckily they held, like, the security actually miraculously controlled everything, and they were literally helping us and bashing people down, and it was just a miracle how I didn't die that day, because I should have, at least got seriously injured, and God was with me. And those were one of the many moments that, just changed something in my heart. And as my heart changed, I slowly wanted out. And I remember another time I was at the casino. I think I blew my paycheck, lost money, and I actually had a miracle happen, because I actually didn't have enough money. I think I just had enough money to pay the taxi, just $50 left for the week. And I remember clear as day, the Sikh Indian taxi driver, he was playing something on the radio, and I just felt worthless in the taxi, and my eyes started to tear up, because I just felt so worthless, so stupid. Like, prior to that point, I always had money, and I always, had worth, and I just got to a point where I became a gambling addict. And I remember my eyes tearing up, and I still remember as clear as day, his hand went to change the channel of the radio station. Either change the channel or he clicked the button, I forgot, and this song came on, and it was just about, like, to this day I still can't find this song. So if you know this song, or you know the lyrics, or the song, please tell me. I'd love to find the song, but perhaps it was a song just from heaven. And the lyrics were, if you squander all your wealth and you gamble and you lose, God will send you angels to help you, and yeah, that changed something. I got home to my parents' current family home where they were living, and I remember going upstairs, tiptoed into my room, and I just got before my bed, and I broke down in tears, and I said, Lord, you see my life. This is probably towards 2016, and I said, Lord, maybe not then, 2014, the end of 2014, 15, somewhere around there. And I said, Lord, you see my life. You see how broken it is right now. And just change me. I don't want to live this life anymore. And funny thing was, 2 weeks passed. I got paid. I did the same thing. Went to the Star. And funny thing was, I actually won that day. So there I was at the collection point. And guess what? That same song comes out on the whole PA system. So it wasn't just me listening to the song, the whole PA system of the Star Casino. And I know now that God was after my heart. He was doing things, swapping things around, and he wanted me to feel his love. And for anyone listening right now, he wants everyone to feel the love of Christ. And, we can do stupid things. We can fall into things of the world, gamble, go to places that we shouldn't be going, and drink, take drugs, womanize. Not that I was, but for some people, homosexuality is a thing, or gender identity. God can fix all that. And I'm coming to the end of, I think, part 6 of how I lived as a triad member, and get ready for part 7. Thank you for listening.